Masquerading as a real partner, signs that you are married to a sociopath husband. Has your relationship with your partner changed to an extent where you don't know who he is anymore? Do you often wonder, is my husband a sociopath? Or are searching for signs that you married a sociopath? Then read on to find out what happens when a woman gets married to a sociopath husband and what can she do in such a situation. Mark was the most amazing man Kellyanne had ever met, charming, articulate, seemed to sense her needs before she did, romantic to a fault, a passionate lover. With him she felt things she had never felt before, and at every level. On the dating site where they met, Mark described himself as devoted, loyal, honest, interested in the arts and culture, a die-hard romantic, and financially stable. He talked about his exploits as a traveler, having climbed various peaks and visited numerous countries. To Kellyanne, he was the embodiment of everything she had fantasized about since she was in her 20s. Initially there were no red flags. After 6 months of dating, Mark moved in at her urging and the relationship intensified as he continued to be attentive, considerate, romantic and affectionate. He traveled for work, so was gone a few days every week. When he was away on work assignments, she felt a bit empty, mildly lonely, and she yearned for him. After all, he was an endless source of interesting conversation, laughter, wit and worldly knowledge. Because she saw him only a few days a week, each day he was home was an endorphin rush. 1 month after moving in, he suggested they combine their finances. Although he made less than her, she considered this immaterial and readily agreed. 4 months after moving in, he asked her to marry him. She was elated and immediately said yes. She had found her soulmate, someone who got her humor, her ideas, her love of nature, the arts and cultural events. She believed and told her friends that he looks into my soul, and her friends supported her after meeting him. There appeared to be no red flags. Her friends saw what she saw. He became aloof, irritable and defensive a few months after the wedding. However, slowly but steadily, she found her reality changing. A distinct coldness and distance had set in with Mark, and she began to sense that he was aloof, irritable, and defensive. She saw him becoming increasingly and deliberately manipulative, to the point that she found herself questioning her perceptions and memory of events and feelings. She felt as if she was frequently forced to question her instincts, ones she had relied on throughout her life, making her no longer trust her judgment, logic, reasoning and senses. But even at that time it never crossed her mind, is he a sociopath just making my life miserable? He attributed their conflicts to her mental illness. If she asked for affection, he would reject her and then tell her she was too needy and clingy. Their arguments and disagreements were, according to Mark, due exclusively to her irrationality, mental illness. He raised his voice and cursed her in other situations. She described him as pretending to forget things that occurred, or breaking promises he had made to her and then denying that he had ever made such promises. If she questioned or was on point in a discussion, he would become belligerent. For more details, click on the link below the video. Red flags to look for if you think you may be in a relationship with a sociopath. There are some sociopath relationship signs or signs of a sociopath husband-wife that you can look out for, and ways to understand how to deal with a sociopath husband. Sociopaths are masters of deception, influence and manipulation. Stories rarely have a factual basis, and who they proclaim to be rarely checks out, but they are highly skilled at creating a believable storyline, even when forced to do so on the spot. Following an argument, a sociopath will rarely give a contrite apology or show remorse. Instead, the responsibility for repairing the relationship will be on you. If you are married to a sociopath husband, your repair efforts will often be rebuffed or used against you as a sign that they are right. Want to have a happier, healthier marriage? If you feel disconnected or frustrated about the state of your marriage but want to avoid separation and/or divorce, the Marriage.com course meant for married couples is an excellent resource to help you overcome the most challenging aspects of being married.